Jurassic Park Institute Part 2. Baxtrosaurus. Bagaceratops. Bagarodon. Bahariosaurus. Well, from its appearance, some say it's either because it has a very history of what clade it belongs to, either belonging to a group Carcharodontosauridae or a subfamily of Tyrannosauroidea, or a Megaraptoran, or belong to a new genus or species of Coelurosaurian theropod. And quite frankly, a new discovery, and a new clade, possibly, or very unlikely, belonging to Abelisauridae. Whatever this animal's clade or what it belongs to is still a mystery to this day, because the original fossil of it was only a vertebrae, so we don't know what it belongs to, or what genus of theropod this is. Bambiraptor. Barapasaurus. Barosaurus. Borosbodia. Baryonyx. Daspletosaurus. Sorry, wrong typo. So, my mistake. Becospinax. Bipiosaurus. Bellosaurus. Betasuchus. Bahariosaurus, which is a dubious genus of iguanodont ornithopod. That name was named, but not described. In 1989, it was similar to Camptosaurus, but the original paper failed to give a credible description and or provide illustration that clearly distinguish it. So now today is considered a dubious genus. Polygonosaurus. Borogiva, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Bulphiospondylus, which is a dubious genus of neosauropod dinosaur. Brachiosaurus. Brachyceratops. Brachypodosaurus. As of 1934, there was very little evidence of the Ordovician dinosaurs from India, with the only named taxon being supposed Stegosaur Lametosaurus, named in 1924 from the Lemata Formation. For many years, this was considered to be either a stegosaur or an ankylosaurine. But unfortunately today, it is now considered a Nomium dubium. Brachioceratops. Brontoraptor, which is an informal name given to a large, robust theropod from the late Jurassic and Morrison Formation. It's not formally published genus name, but rather is a Nomium dubium, meaning an unpublished name coined by paleontologist Robert Becker. It's been suggested that Brontoraptor may be Torvosaurus species, and the holotype specimen Tate 0012 is now considered part of the North American Torvosaurus. So technically, it's a Torvosaurus. Brontosaurus. Brontotherium. Well, there are some mammals that appeared in Jurassic Park Institute, and some of them that did not appear in that website. Brachioceratops, which is a genus of sauropod that has a lot of history, being the largest animal or largest sauropod. And it looks like they didn't use the outdated Carnosauran appearance. Bogenosaurus, which is now considered a synonym name, and it is now a Thescelosaurus. So technically it's Thescelosaurus, but with a outdated synonymous name. King Anastasia. Camelospondylus is a genus of theropod dinosaur. Well, there's a lot of a history about this one, because it was originally regarded as a Nomium dubium for Artisuchus, and therefore based on the specimen as Artisuchus holotype. And now it's still considered its own genus, but its classification, because this remains was only found with a replica of a bone, either a Oviraptorsaurian or Coelurosauria theropod, or a Ornithomimidae. Wherever it belongs to is still a mystery. Calavosaurus, Camarasaurus, Camptosaurus, Campylodontiscus, Kakarodontosaurus, Carodidon, or Cardidon, Carnotaurus, Casiosaurus, Caudipteryx, Centrosaurus, Ceratosaurus, Cetiosaurus, Cetosaurus, Chow-Youngsaurus, Casmosaurus, Chastabergia, which is a dubious genus of nodosaur. Chastabergia was named by Robert Becker in 1988 as a subgenus of Edmontonia reguscitans, and later met with heavy criticism. After further research, Chastabergia was dubbed a synonym of Edmontonia. Chastabergia is based off of a skull differences from Edmontonia longistops, like skull proportions, size, and age. The remains were published as Edmontonia Chastabergia reguscitans, published by Becker. So today it is now considered a dubious, because all the remains was found was its a single teeth or tooth. Keolingosaurus, Chendiosaurus, Chirostenoides, Jubbotiosaurus, Coelophysis, Cerulorus, Coloradisaurus, Corythosaurus, Creosaurus, which is a genus of theropod, which is now considered a junior synonym of Allosaurus. So technically this is an Allosaurus, but it doesn't stop there. It was considered Allosaurus atrox, which was later now considered a dubious. Demalosaurus, which is considered a nomium dubium, named from fossils recovered in Tibet. Deinonychus, Deltadromeus. This one, well, it has the appearance of a well, it's kind of hard to say what it belongs to. Some say it's a Megaraptoran, Noasauridae, Ceratosaurian, or even a Allosauroidea family Neovenatoridae. Whatever its history is, what it belongs to, is still a mystery and unknown. Dicraeosaurus. It was originally considered a dubious genus because it was renamed Supersaurus, but it was later renamed again as its original name, Dicraeosaurus. Dromaeosaurus. Dromaeosaurus. Ionosaurus. Amasaurus. Eobrontosaurus, which is a dubious genus of sauropod. Eobrontosaurus was originally named as Apatosaurus of species, being a Yahangapan pen. Sorry, mispronouncing the name. When a skull recovered was studied by Robert Becker, he concluded the remains belonged to the primitive sauropod, similar to Apatosaurus. Becker named Eobrontosaurus to support his theory that a Isochlorus could resurrect the Brontosaurus genus rather than naming it Eoapatosaurus. So, technically, it's Brontosaurus. Eotyrannus. Epenterius, which is a synonym with Saurophaganax, now Allosaurus anax, or Allosaurus. Alricosaurus. Aschanosaurus, a genus of dinosaur from the early Jurassic period in China. Some say it's considered a Therizinosaurine or a earliest known Coelurosaur. Whatever it is still remains to be studied. A Euoplocephalus. Uranocodon. It was originally thought to be a dromaeosaurid and a coelurosaurid, ornithomimosaur, but is now considered a troodontid or a coelurosaur. Whatever genus it belongs to is unknown. Frankylosaurus, which is a synonymized name and is now considered Herrerasaurus. Galatea. So I'm mispronouncing the name correctly. Gasosaurus. Goriocephalae. Ceratops. Growlator. Guibosaurus. Hadrosaurus. Halitixsaurus. Hesperosaurus. Herrerasaurus. Hesperornis. Histiosaurus. Hoplitosaurus. Huangosaurus. Halsampes. Iguanodon. Eloscolia. Ornitholestes. Ichthyosaurus, another synonymous name for Herrerasaurus. Idomyrus. And that's gonna be it for this video. Like and subscribe, and see you later, guys.